didn't print no check at all. I don't have the stamps to do it.
Please, please don't.
Just face the vehicle.
Please don't arrest me.
This isn't going to turn into a fight.
Please don't arrest me.
When they thought their elaborate plan was about to pay off big time, what they actually got was a one-way trip to prison.
I was trying. I offered to pay back the money.
Overseas in Connecticut.
That's what he said. He went to Connecticut.
Okay.
I've never been to jail.
You're gonna have to go to jail today. Okay.
Please don't let me go to jail.
Do you think a scam could actually work if it's pulled off by someone who can't even tell the difference between what's real and what's a setup? Well, today's story might just give you that answer. This is Tammy Brown, 56 years old, a seasoned cashier with some seriously slick tricks up her sleeve.
I haven't been working. I've been doing odd things. I even went down to Boca to start working.
On March 26, 2024, Palm Beach police started keeping a close eye on a red Jeep after a long-running check fraud investigation. Tammy Brown, the bookkeeper at a carpet store, was suspected of stealing checks and forging her boss's signature. But how did she come up with such a slick scam that made her boss trust her completely, just to walk away with $1,000? Let's dive in and find out.
Theft related to check fraud. Could you raise your right hand? You swear that the information you're about to provide will be the truth?
Yes.
Alright. So we've spoken off the record a fair bit, going back and forth. What prompted you to do a police report with West Palm?
So on the morning of December 27th, I came into the office. Did what I normally do is I check the bank account first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I noticed a $1,000 check I had not recalled signing had passed through the account, and so I did a little more digging, got a copy of the check, and it was made out to a bookkeeper at the time, Tammy Brown.
So she was here in the office working for 3 or 4 months,
Yes.
August to December.
Yes.
Alright, so while she was working here, did you have physical contact with her? Did you see her in the office?
Yes.
Okay, face to face, we
Yes.
would call it? Alright.
Yep.
And this check that we discovered on the morning of the 27th, December 2023, how much was that check?
$1,000.
Like you said, you checked the bank account every morning, you saw this check, you don't remember writing it. Were you the only signer on the business account that the check came from?
No, there's one other signer in the office.
And did we speak to that individual, was it Marcia?
Marcia.
And she did not write the check either?
She did not.
So Tammy was never a underwriter or anything, a
Let me
co-signer?
back up. She could always send she could get a check printed.
Correct. Was it QuickBooks or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, QuickBooks. She could send it to the printer and get it printed, but it was, and Tim is actually retired. In the office, it's myself or Marcia that can actually sign it.
But no check ever leaves this office without you seeing it and signing it, or Marcia seeing it and signing it, therefore authorizing it.
Correct.
Did she mention this check at all, or the only time you knew about it was when you saw it in the statement?
So not before, and then when I asked her about it, she said it was for, because I had asked her to become a notary, and she said that was for the fees for the notary training and the stamp and all that stuff. And I kind
This
of
is only after she was caught.
right.
Okay.
And I kind of intuitively knew that it doesn't cost $1,000 to become a notary. I don't know how much, but I know it's not $1,000.
Did you ever agree to give her money to do the notary class? Or
Yeah, I told her I would pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But never did you agree, write yourself a check and sign it?
No.
Did she even ever take the class?
Did she show you like a certificate or
no.
a stamp or anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
So only after you figure out this check, you confront her about it, she says, oh, I was reimbursing myself for the notary class or training or certificate,
That's
whatever
the
it is.
gist of what she was saying.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
I'm going to show you a picture of the ATM deposit. Who is that in that picture?
Yeah, that's Tammy.
That's Tammy.
Yep.
All right. And is this Tammy?
Yep.
Okay, you can just initial both of these.
Anywhere?
Yeah. How sure are you that both these people are Tammy Brown?
Yeah, I'm positive. That's her Jeep.
That's her Jeep. She drove that Jeep?
Yep.
All right, so that's her Jeep. That's Tammy. That's
Yep.
Tammy also.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Even though you got your money back, the company can still prosecute and press charges. If you guys wish to have her criminally charged, okay, perfect. Especially since she has a little bit of a past on this.
So after gathering all the evidence from the carpet store, the officers and detectives were ready to start watching Tammy closely, which eventually led to her getting pulled over for a license plate violation.
517 West Palm. Can you show me that 4701 Broadway, reference case 245177?
Hello. How are you? I'm Detective Kodo, West Palm Beach. Reason for the stop is this tag is not assigned to the vehicle. Do you have your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance? And before you go reaching any weapons or anything illegal inside the vehicle?
I I don't know if a knife is illegal.
Yeah, no knife. Where is it in your bag?
It's in here, side pocket right here.
Okay. Would it be better? No, could you just don't touch it for me, man? Would it be okay if my partner grabbed it?
Okay.
Your bag, is that okay with you? She just wants to get your ID out of the bag. Is that okay with you, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it
Do you have a driver's license?
in there?
In here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the bag. She said there's just a knife. I just don't want her reaching.
Wallet.
Got it.
398, 397, 10 check.
Right, tap for it. Thank you.
This one?
You could grab that now. We'll just leave her bag on the floor there. Thank you for letting me know. So, what's the story with the tag not coming back to Jeep?
I got to the car from a guy down in Hollandale. I paid him like $5,000.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I never heard from him before. I got everything in my text message. He was supposed to get the air fixed, and he never did. I never heard from the guy again.
I got you.
Like I said, I don't know. I went to a guy and told him. He said I seen a tag, and he was like, I can get you a tag.
So you're still just waiting on a tag? How long ago did you buy the car?
No, this was last year.
Last year.
This was February exactly.
Okay.
When I got this
But it's
car.
your vehicle. You own it.
No.
Now it's
I
in
don't-
someone else's name, or
It's-
it's not registered, or I could look it up. It would
Yeah,
take
but
me
it's
time.
like say, like it said, like I got the car from him, like $7,000, right? I gave him $5, owed him $2, so never nothing. I never heard from the guy
I
again,
got
so
you.
nothing ever transpired after that.
I got you. All right, we're gonna figure this out. In the meantime, can you just turn the car off, make sure it's in park? I just don't want my feet getting run over. You can put the keys right here. And could you just step out of the car for me, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Anything illegal on you? Anything that's gonna poke me? She's just gonna pat you down, being that she's a female. Just make sure she does nothing on her. No.
Okay, you
No
can turn
weapons or
around.
anything?
Sorry. Do you have anything on you?
Nope. Okay.
In your bra?
All right, that's just for our safety.
Oh, it's
All
okay.
right, can I see her ID? Thank you.
Did you see it?
I got it.
You can see it. Sorry, I couldn't.
No, you're fine.
All right, Miss Brown. I'm Detective Coda Cabbage. Obviously, I stopped you for your attached tags on a sign, which is illegal. It's criminal. There's also another thing that I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
All right? You have a card?
Yes.
And right at that moment, what Tammy thought was a well-kept secret got exposed. Detective Coda Cabbage uncovered the evidence of the theft, leaving her completely stunned.
Remember my hand being.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to
So you are detained right now. You're not free to leave. You're not in handcuffs. You understand? You understand? All right. And you are Miss Tammy Sherelle Brown, right?
Yes.
Your date of birth? Okay. So I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. As I say them to you, let me know verbally whether or not you can hear me or understand them. Can't hear me? I'll yell. All right, you have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand?
Yes.
I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be of your own free will. Those are your rights. I'm not sure if you've seen the movies or whatever. Doesn't mean you're going to jail right now. It's just the Constitution. That's it. I want to ask you questions about something.
Okay.
All right? All right. Are you currently employed?
Not at this moment.
No. And where were you previously employed?
Brian's Carpet.
And how long were you working there?
A year.
What was your job title there?
Administrative assistant.
All right. So you worked there for a year?
A year.
Okay. And up until when did you work there?
January of this year.
So from about January of 2022, or excuse me, 23 to January 24, you were
Yes.
working there as bookkeeper. All right. And you said bookkeeper or what? Assistant? Bookkeeper.
Administrative
Administrator.
assistant.
So what were your daily duties there?
To like pay bills,
Pay bills?
receive account payables.
Okay.
Like, yeah, pay bills.
I got you.
vendors.
Okay, so I got you. And how did you get that job?
Through a temp agency, Robert Path.
Robert Half. And how long were you with the temp agency before Brian's Carpet?
A couple years off and on because
Couple years.
I'm from Pennsylvania, so it came.
Okay.
I've learned from them through Pennsylvania.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
Are they based in Florida or Pennsylvania?
here.
Oh, Robert Half? Okay. All right, so on and off, always bookkeeper jobs or anything like that? Do you have any schooling or degrees or certifications that have to do with bookkeeping?
Schooling, no. I went to school for business management.
Was that a bachelor's, high school,
It's
associates?
back
Okay.
in
Pennsylvania?
Harrisburg
Okay.
Community College.
All right, so you were there for a year. How did you get paid while you were there?
Direct deposit. No, Robert Half pays me, and
So
they pay
Robert
direct
Half
deposit.
always paid you, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever receive any money directly from Brian's Carpet?
What do you mean?
Your payroll?
No, no.
Okay. No. Do you know why I'm asking you about this stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me what happened from your point of view?
The $1,000 that I wrote a check on a company business expense. Yeah.
They obviously reported it to us as an employee theft because none of them signed the check or authorized
Right.
it. Is that true?
That's true.
So you wrote it on your own volition?
Yeah.
There's no denying the absolute professionalism of the police, along with the suspect's sense of responsibility in admitting her actions. Both sides showed respect and acted with civility, and that's exactly how every interaction within the legal system ought to happen.
Is there like a reason that you did it, or
This was in the head, it fell on bad times and rent was due.
do you struggle with like addiction?
No addiction.
Child issues or living issues?
No addiction, no children. Like I said, I living above the means. I was over on Singer Island, got caught up, and what had happened, like I had a roommate, and we went our separate ways.
Okay.
So she got one place, I got one place, thinking I can afford it. When the time came to pay the rent, literally I couldn't afford it. So yeah, I did it.
This housing ain't cheap. I know
No,
that.
it was like $18.50.
That's crazy.
And it was like good when it was half.
And that was half of the rent?
No.
Or you assumed all that? Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
no,
I see.
that was half. It's what, $1,000 a piece. What the rent
With everything,
was.
with
But then, like I said, she brought her son. I moved out to the other place, and it was $18.50 alone.
Got it.
19 with the electricity.
So you're
yeah.
struggling to make
Yeah.
ends meet, essentially.
Right.
Did you ever ask them, hey, can I have a loan?
No, never asked.
John is the president, right?
Yeah, I asked after the fact.
After you did
Yeah,
it?
after I did it, yeah.
You didn't think to ask him before, hey, this is...
You want to pay back the money? I was trying. I offered to pay back the money. There was no problem. I haven't been working. I've been like doing odd things. I even went down to Boca to like start working, and yeah, I tried. I told him that I would like make payment arrangements to like.
Was this after they had fired you?
Yeah, because he did it the same day. Like the same day he found out, it was the same day he let me
Well,
go.
he told me, obviously, he confronted you about
Right,
it.
and I don't have anything to lie about because, like I told him, I did it. I did it, and I'll take full responsibility.
I agree. I'm very much a believer in the truth will set you free. I'm not asking you any of these questions because I don't know the answer.
Right, I get it. That's your job.
I just want to make sure that you know, too.
Yeah,
all right?
I know. Like I said,
I'm just going to show you a couple things, all right? You can come over here if you want. Is this the check that you wrote yourself?
Yes.
That's your name?
Yeah.
Is that Marsha's signature?
Marsha,
Did
Dieter. I did it.
You did that?
Yep.
Is that you? Mm-hmm. Depositing the check?
Yep.
It's your car. I like your car, by the way. I used to have a Jeep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, like I admitted to everything I did, and like I said, it was me, my intentions. I even offered him.
Did he give you the cold shoulder?
Yeah,
he
gave
wouldn't
me a
respond or whatever?
Right, exactly. He was just like, I would rather for you to get your stuff and go. He came out, I got the keys. I had the keys to the office. He came out to my car and was like, I forgot the keys, and I was like, yeah, I want to pay you back. And he said, okay, yeah, if you can, I would appreciate if you paid it back.
And did you ever pay him back, or
I
did he
couldn't
not?
afford it. No, we never talked anymore.
And that was the end of it.
That was the end of it. My intentions, yes, is to pay it back.
Absolutely.
I mean,
look, you wouldn't be this honest with me
no, like
unless
I
that
said,
was your intention
and I like them. It was unfortunate.
Seems
that
like a
I
decent,
did.
quiet place to work.
It was amazing. Like I said, I
Stable.
messed up, and I can admit that I messed up. You know what I mean? So it was like nothing wrong on their behalf. I take fully.
I'm glad you were. My final question: do you have a Wells Fargo account?
Yeah.
You probably don't. I don't know my bank account numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize this as your checking account number?
Yep.
That's your name?
Yep.
Does anyone have access to this account besides you?
No, they shouldn't.
All right, Ms. Brown, they do want to prosecute. They do. That's why I'm here. I don't
So what happens
find
now?
people. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna end up coming with me to the station. I'm gonna complete your paperwork. It'll take me about an hour and 15 minutes, and then you're gonna get booked at Gun Club.
It's pretty rare for a suspect to admit everything right from the start, but in this case, that honesty only highlighted just how serious the situation really was. In Florida, even a $1,000 fraud can cost you big time, with prison time ranging from 1 to 5 years, plus a hefty fine to go with it.
Same way you're honest with me, I'm honest with you. It's gonna be 2 felony charges, all right? It's gonna be grand theft and criminal use of personal identifying information. You can't forge people's signatures and use their accounts and their checks at your own free will. All right. These are not crazy level criminal. I see you have a fraud pass in Pennsylvania, was it? You got what? Probation, slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
That's the world that we're in right now. It's a $1,000 check, but when someone says they want to prosecute, I can't tell them that.
Okay.
All right. So I do have to handcuff you. I'm gonna see if there's any way we could get around towing the car.
Okay.
That's my intention. So bear with me for a second. I'm not going to put you in handcuffs right now because I do need another unit to come here.
Okay.
And then we'll get this going. But let me see what I can do about trying to not tow the vehicle.
Okay.
All right?
Who would you be calling?
Adrian.
Who's that? Friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that one of the guys for the parking lot over there?
No.
Who are those guys? What were they doing? You don't have to.
I don't know.
Yourself.
I
No?
mean, they're like,
Oh, shit. That's not good. That's really not good.
Tammy called a friend to come pick up the Jeep, but when he showed up, it turned out his driver's license had been suspended. He tried to ask for some kind of extension to show the officers instead, but no luck, because under Florida law, you're not allowed to drive at all if your license is suspended.
Can I just see your ID and then we'll let you out of here?
Yeah.
The keys are.
So listen. I'm not driving the Jeep.
Why?
My license is suspended.
Why
So
didn't you-
if we, that's the thing. I told her I didn't know what was going on. So if we need to tow it, I mean, I could probably arrange a tow. I'm a mechanic, so I know like tow guys or whatever. But
Oh.
could
You told her
could
you.
Could you let me just drive?
No,
Yeah.
because you're on camera.
Just turn it off.
No, it's too late.
Man, damn.
You told her you didn't have a license?
Yeah, I told her it's suspended.
Well, she didn't convey that to us.
I called somebody with the license. Everybody's license suspended, man. You guys really do it.
Well, it's either that or tow her car. We were trying to help her out.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't want you guys to
We were
tow it.
honestly
I mean,
trying to help her out.
Can I talk to her? You wrote on
I don't have her. She went to the station.
So what happened?
I can't. She's fine.
No, I know.
She's
I
an
know,
adult.
But I literally worked on this car yesterday. I'm a mechanic. I'm just a mechanic that worked on cars and shit. And I worked on the car yesterday, and then.
Well, your Lyft ride is gone, and you
Yeah,
just told me you had a suspended license. I can't let you.
No, that's fine. I mean, I could get a tow truck. That's just a big expense to me.
And you don't know anyone that can come here and drive it?
I think I could. I'm gonna have a few people.
I'm gonna call my partner. I knew it was. There's always an issue. Nope, my body camera's on, and he's like, he just came up. He's like, I can't drive it. I don't have a license, and my body camera's on. He doesn't know anyone that can come pick it up because everyone has a suspended license.
I could find somebody.
But I have to go. Adrian's ride that came here just asked me for a ride. He's right in front of me. I'm gonna kill you, I swear to God.
I'm a great driver. I mean.
Not really, if your license is suspended.
Nah, I'm a great driver. It's just those tickets are expensive.
No, they are, but I don't know why you got a ticket in the first place.
I'm a race car driver.
Well, then slow down.
Race cars.
I can't believe
That's crazy,
Tammy's ride.
This is the quickest way to waste $20. I was at home chilling. I could have just had some lunch. You know that?
You obviously didn't tell her your license was suspended.
I did on the phone.
Well,
I
then
was
she
like,
didn't tell us because we
She was like, yeah, oh, okay. She's like, you're too.
Yeah, that's exact. And then
I was about to spend my $20 on lunch. You want to take me out to lunch?
No. You were fine until you told me your license was suspended.
I'm not sure that it's suspended. It was suspended last year, and then I fixed it.
Came up running on camera, my license is suspended.
Hey, ma'am. Do you have a good license? Do you have a valid license?
No, don't bother me.
No,
Sorry. Oh my God.
You're really pretty though. Are you married? You're not married?
Oh my God, that would be none of your business.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to be disrespectful like
I'm
that.
sure you don't. Now people think you're under arrest.
I didn't do it. I'm not going. I'm not going. You won't take me alive.
Oh my God, you're making a scene.
Tammy Brown was charged with theft, forgery, and using, or trying to use, someone else's ID without permission. If nothing else, this is a clear example of someone being honest with the police, and the police working with the suspect in good faith. But just one mistake cost her both her job and her future. Hopefully, once she's out of prison, she'll realize that scamming is never the right path and find a way to turn her life around. But with the next person we'll meet, lying is believed to be the way to earn some leniency from the police. So, is that really true?
I never been arrested before. I never had anything to do with anything, and it's just like it's really difficult for me to even try to process this.
On August 7th, 2024, in Florida, officers quickly showed up after getting a report of suspected fraud at Seacoast Bank. The bank manager said a woman had come in with a check for $9,000, supposedly from her old company. And whether that check was real or fake, well, that was about to be revealed in no time.
I understand. It's just the company had been seeing a lot of fraud checks going on. So because of it, they wanted me to report it. So I had to get the police involved with the check. I'm so sorry. She came in with the check today, trying to negotiate it, but the check is fraud, according to the company that we spoke to.
Is there somewhere we could talk, or?
Yeah, come to the office.
Just take the huddle board.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You have your ID on you, ma'am?
I do. I just explained to her, I don't cash rich. That came to me by my billing address. It was a company that I used to work for during before the pandemic hit. You know, I even reached out to the bank myself, and I even said, hey, this was sent to me by my mailing address. I don't need to cash a fake check. I have a legitimate job.
Get ready.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't need anything on my record because I ain't never been to jail for no fraud, nothing. What is my next step of filing a complaint against the company that sent it?
You still live at the address in your license?
No, I was gonna change that. I meant to change my address, so I'm kind of gonna change that on my next day off. Well, that's not my license. But I'm in the process of moving, so I'm in the process of moving. So that I gotta change my license on this week. Well, next week, because I took today to rip and run, finish moving, doing errands and everything.
Right.
And just like I explained to the young lady, I was like, I don't want to deal with checks, period. Like, I usually have my bank to call and verify. I usually come to the bank wherever the check is issued to have them to verify it. That's why I didn't go to my own bank, because I didn't want to deposit and then have fraud hit on my own account. I was like, let me call this bank and see if they can verify it for me.
She was confident in her slyness, and it did sound quite reasonable. But the catch is, everything was convincing only until the light of truth shined through. The manager's testimony was completely opposite.
She then said that, and then I was asking some questions. I'm like, this amount match what they owed you? Just questions like that. And she's like, well, I made about this much. I didn't really think about to add it up and stuff like that, because that's a lot of money. So her story was just not really making sense.
Well, stay in here. Just sit tight for us. We're trying to figure this out, right?
All right, so just start right here, put your name, and then exactly what you already explained to us, just write it down for us. Okay.
You might be here a minute, so if you want to have a seat, you can have a seat.
How long is a minute?
Like longer than 30 minutes.
At this point, would I just be like, can I just take the charges and leave?
So
Even though it's not like...
So are you admitting that you did something?
No, I'm just saying...
So why would you want to take the charges?
Just so I can go.
But you're not leaving. If you take the charges, you'll be going to jail. Even longer than 30 minutes.
And if you was to see a check from that company, the signature will be close.
Okay.
Nowhere near close.
And then, my peoples was like, go to the bank, check it out. Because you don't want to just stretch something that could be what they owed you. And I was like, no, I really don't need it. I have 2 jobs now, like, what do I really need it?
So
but then...
They got a hold of somebody at that company.
They did. Well, I tried. Nobody answered for me. And what did they say?
That is not a good check.
Yeah, I've been really busy moving and working wise, so I haven't take the time out to come to a bank or go to my bank. And you want that to know?
No, not yet.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, but she 100% said she was going to cash it or wanted to cash it.
I'm all for, if I can give you the old manager's phone number, you can probably call them. They can verify whatever you guys need.
So we would have to get our own number through our phone numbers.
But even if it's trying to help make the process a little bit faster.
It's only helping you, not me.
But I'm saying, in general, it'll help the situation if you get the phone number.
If we got a phone number, not from you.
With the phone number she gave, supposedly from the company, the police quickly called to verify and got a clear answer. No one knew the woman or this Michael Cole she claimed was her manager. All of this just made her story sound even more suspicious.
Hello? Hi. Hey, how you doing? This is Officer Boyne with OPD. Good. So I guess a check from your company was... They attempted to cash it at the Seacoast?
That's what I'm saying. I can give you the manager's phone number.
You give us his name.
Michael.
It's a very common name.
Oh, please don't make me try to remember the last name. It's bad.
There's probably 20 Michaels that work at our department.
Do you guys want to press charges? I mean, somebody was trying to defraud your company on $9,000. It's up to you guys.
But I mean,
So we see this a lot. People get checks from people on the outside. They're like, hey, go to this bank, check the cash the check, and I'll give you a percentage of it.
No.
None of that happened.
Nobody told me to cash anything. The check literally came by mail.
You didn't print that check yourself?
No.
You don't have a printer in your car? Because I've seen that too.
I don't have a printer in the car. If you want, you can literally, my car is like literally right there. Yeah.
That up. She has to try to contact the owner of the company.
I know for a fact that I don't print the checks. I mean, I wish I had the skills to.
You don't print the checks?
No.
Or you didn't print that check?
Didn't print no check at all. I don't have the skills to do it. Like, I didn't go to college to do all that extra technology stuff. I just went to school with business and law, and that was it.
So this is the check. So they're saying, like, it's fake. That's supposed to be up here.
You need to try and could you ask me if they would call the manager that if I did give them the number? I know you said it'll be kind of like a race, but...
Well, we can call the company.
Do you remember the guy last name?
Cole?
Michael Cole? Isn't that like a designer?
No.
It's Michael Kors.
Hold on.
Right now, the investigation team is relentlessly chasing every lead, determined to get solid proof from the company involved in the $9,000 case.
When you call for eco, that's what you get.
Hey, if they do want to press charges, do I like email them a statement later?
Yeah, you can just email them a statement and just say, hey, fill this out. Just someone to say yes, they want to do it. Something now enough to make the arrest.
Okay.
Question. Where do we go next?
I think a detective's coming out to talk to you.
But I don't cash fake checks. Like, pants down, like, I came and brought them the check, and I said, hey, I got this in the mail. This is what it was. And there was the lady, she came and said, what do you want to do with the check? She asked me, I said, cash it if you can. You know, it was no, okay, I'm here to cash a check type thing.
Yes, on charges.
Can you bring back to verify she was an employee?
She's never been an employee there. And neither is Michael Cole.
So what happened today? I know it seems like you probably already detailed it to them, but just so you can catch me up on game so I know what's going on.
Last month, I got a check by mail from a company that I used to work for.
Last month?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the name of the company?
It was, I don't remember the name. I just know it was a call center, but they had closed down right when the pandemic hit.
How long did you work there?
A year.
A year.
6 months to a year before the pandemic came around.
Okay. And you don't remember the name of the company?
I'm sorry. I worked so many jobs after that, just trying to stay afloat with bills and everything. But
you got direct deposit from them, or did you get paid by check from them?
From them, I got direct deposit. That was like a long time ago with an old bank. Like,
okay, so you don't bank with that bank?
I don't bank with Chase no more.
Okay, so when you work for them, you bank with Chase?
Yes.
You got direct deposit from them via Chase?
Yes.
Okay.
Then and that's from that job, I went and started working. I didn't go to McDonald's right away. I applied for McDonald's, but they said I don't have the qualification skills. So I went.
Really? Wow. Okay.
So I went to SeaWorld, got hired at SeaWorld, Universal, and...
So who you bank with now?
Additional Finance.
Okay, so from Chase you went to Additional Finance, or?
No, I went to like a different bank after that. I went to Wells Fargo.
Why do you keep moving banks?
Clear as day, the police spotted a strange web of contradictions in her story. She made up a tale about working at a company whose name she couldn't even remember, said she got paid by direct deposit, but somehow forgot all the important details about the job. It proves one thing: her story wasn't completely built.
Cause like...
I had Chase Bank since I was in high school.
Like,
you know?
First I started with Bank America, and then, you know, they started talking about how Bank America is scamming people and stuff, and that's why I moved to Chase.
And my understanding is the check that you came and cashed today was from this employee that you used to work at that you don't remember the name.
No, yes. But I've worked at several jobs. I'm not the type of person to scam anybody. Like, I ain't never...
Listen. I don't think you're the type of person that's going to scam anybody.
I have had coworkers hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they was like, hey, do you remember the company we used to work for? I was like, girl, I don't remember half the places I worked. They was like, well, sure. What about it? And they were like, oh, well, they sent me a check for $7,000. Okay, that's kudos for you. I mean, I don't really need it because I'm making ends meet with the two little jobs that I got, even though it's still a little struggle, and I might have to pick up a third job when summer ends. But other than that, like, you know, I just been, you know, working.
Making it work.
living from paycheck to paycheck, basically.
Okay.
No.
And when you work for the company that's on the check that you don't remember the name, who was the manager there? Who was your supervisor?
Michael. My supervisor was Michael.
Michael Cole. Okay. And did you work directly for that company?
Yeah. After I left the company, like, you know, sugarcoat nothing. I had a relationship with him up to like 2 weeks ago. Like that was just like years after we both left the company. It wasn't nothing like.
You were in a relationship with anybody now?
No.
Single?
Just single.
You got kids? 2 kids?
Yeah.
How old are they?
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Where they at right now?
My friend's house, and I'm gonna go get them from her house because they was playing with her kids.
Okay. So let's talk about the check. What's the deal with the check? You said you got it in the mail?
I got it in the mail. Just like everybody else that reached out to me on social media. Well, one girl called me through social media, and she was like...
Just bragging about the check?
Pretty much. I guess she didn't have my direct phone number anymore. So she called me, and she was like, well, the company, they sent me a check. And I'm like, okay. I was like, for what? And she was like, remember when we worked and then it had shut down? She was like, yeah.
What friend is that?
Jessica.
Jessica? You got her phone number?
Yeah.
No. Okay, what's her last name?
I'm not even gonna lie.
You got her on social media? Can you pull it up on your social media?
But to be honest, I think she blocked me because I think she probably felt jealous. No offense. Like, I don't know, because I went to go back to try to call her when I got mine. I couldn't find her, but...
How long after she had got hers did you get yours?
In situations where lying becomes a habit and honesty feels like a luxury, the role of the police becomes even more crucial. The way they ask questions isn't just a technique, it's an art. They can peel back layers of deception or make the truth slip out, one word at a time.
When you work for this company, did they owe you any money?
We were supposed to get paid one more check. Or at least, no, between 1 to 2 more checks. Because we did work from home. When they shut the office and stuff down. Because
how much did you get paid when you were there?
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour, you work 40 hours a week.
And then we got paid every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, so about roughly how much was that?
Sometimes my checks would be at 9. Then sometimes my checks would be roughly around
800.
And then sometimes my check would be like $9.90.
Okay, so it's fair to say if you were owed 2 months worth of money at $1,800 a month on the high end, still at $3,600. If you were owed money,
yes,
it's probably not going to be $9,000.
That's exactly what I said when I was doing my calculations.
Yeah, that don't add up.
It didn't add up. So I'm like, okay, let me see here. Like,
did you call the company?
I tried. It was the number I had. Tried to call was no longer in service.
When did you try to call them?
4 days after I got the check.
Okay. And which was one? A month ago?
And then after that, I just been busy moving and working my jobs and trying to just stay afloat. I kind of was like, well, you know, even with friends of mine, I don't want to say friends. Let's just say.
So you've been trying to stay afloat.
Basically.
You've been working, hustling. And you got this $9,000 check a month ago. You don't think, let me go cash this check to help me out?
No, I've been doing it, you know, now, like, you know what I mean? On my own with the...
Kind of know what you mean.
Just stretching out my paychecks, you know.
This is me as a reasonable person. And I get a check that's owed to me for $9,000. I'm cashing that baby right away. Right?
Right. But I mean, I didn't think nothing of it. Because I was kind of skeptical about cashing checks anyways. So I was like, no. And then I talked to my family members and, you know, family members and other associates that got theirs. I was like, did that check was like legit? And it was like, yeah, never responded. And I was like, okay.
So you're skeptical about the check?
I just kind of just pushed it to the side because I had a lot going on.
Why were you skeptical about the check?
Because...
Was it the way that it looked?
Yeah.
Where's the check at?
It was the way it looked, and it was just like...
What about I was skeptical over looking at it?
When faced with the check, she immediately admitted that the font and formatting looked just like a fake one, something she previously claimed SHE didn't know about. Afraid of getting caught, she kept trying to dodge the issue by blaming it on someone else convincing her.
For one, a check is never this big.
Okay.
I'm just, you know, being straightforward. Never this big.
I've seen a couple checks that big before.
The little gold stamp thing, I never seen a check with a gold stamp or a silver stamp or something. It was just on the back.
What about that?
you can usually it'll say no copy, but it was just for me. It was like I just folded it up like this and just.
Let's look at the check.
And I just really put it in my wallet and kind of just like.
Did the fonts throw you off a little bit?
Yeah.
So, looking at this check, right, using everything that you pointed out to me, right, it's probably fair to say this is a fake check.
Yes.
Yeah, right. All right. I appreciate you for talking with me, but now I have a couple questions for you. Okay? And this is where I just want you to be truthful with me at this point. But hold on. Because you ain't been 100% with me.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have. And that's okay, because I got a quick memory. It happened. It's gone. I ain't even worried about it anymore. Okay? But I am worried about you at this point. Because someone got you in here cashing a check that you know is fake. Okay. Hold on. Time out. No, listen to me.
I know it's fake when I looked at it by the mail. And that's why I kind of was like, I brushed it off. I was going to shred it myself. But, like I said, other co-workers and friends and not just family, but they somewhat like family. Oh yeah, it's a legit check, cash it. You know, I got my money type of whatever.
You and I both look at this check, and you just told me that it was fake, pretty much.
Yes.
All right. So
that's the reason why I.
So hold on. I'm just gonna everything that you told me in the conversation so far. I'm gonna tell it back to you, and you're gonna tell me how this makes sense, right? Okay. You say you work at a call center, right? Yeah. This should just be a call center check, but you don't even know the name. Okay?
I don't remember the name.
This check is from Construction Inc. That's not a call center, for one. Alright? Even if you did work at this company, okay? I call the company, we talk to the company. They don't know you, and they don't know no Michael Cole.
They don't know Michael Cole.
Listen, Ashley, listen. Okay. That's not true.
Okay.
Alright. So, I'm gonna let you look at this check. I'm gonna let you think about everything that you just told me. Alright, I'm gonna give you a second, and I just want you to tell me the truth about the check.
It is the truth. I'm being
Now listen. If you just want to stick to that story, that's fine. Cause listen. Shh.
Here, honesty is a luxury for this woman, leaving only lies, dragging the investigation into a never-ending chaotic spiral. This is how she essentially hands herself a real sentence, literally. And according to Florida law, lying is no joke. It's a felony, with prison time of up to 5 years and significant fines. So the police urge you to be honest. Please be honest, because the price to pay is very high.
I already talked to the company, okay? They don't know you or Michael Cole, all right? So that's a lie. B, you just told me you knew the check was fake, yet you ain't here trying to cash it.
No, I wasn't trying to cash it. I came in here to ask them to verify because, hey...
I spoke to the teller, and he said you came in here to try to cash the check.
No, I didn't. I told her, I said I was really skeptical about this check that I got in the mail from a company.
You just pointed out to me multiple different reasons and multiple different things about the check that you knew was fake. Why even come in here and waste your time to do that?
Because, like I said, because of other employees that I used to work with.
Okay.
That was the only reason why.
All right, Ashley. Look at this check. Process the truth.
That is the truth.
I'm going to step back a little bit.
Honestly, that is the truth.
I'm going to wait for you to tell me the truth.
That is the truth, sir. Michael.
Who are you talking to on the phone?
Nobody. Well, Michael. I just texted him. I said, hey, the company that you said that we used to work for, they sent the check. And I said, they said that the check...
Can I see what you wrote, Michael?
He said, didn't you cash the check? I said no. Because he asked me if I cashed the check. When I got it, I said no, because I was so busy working, whatever.
What number is this?
That's the WhatsApp number. That's how I communicate with him.
Is this the person who...
works with the company? Well,
is this the person who sent you the check?
Yes, we both used to work with the company. And he got the same check that I got. And I was like, and I just told him, I said...
Can I see?
And I just told him, me and him was in a relationship up to like 2 weeks ago. But it was getting difficult trying to do a long distance relationship.
What does this person have you doing? Tell me the rundown.
This is Michael. Me and him both used to work with the company together. Not that company, but the call center. And he was telling me that he'll help me pay for my expenses because I was telling him that I was having little problems, minor work that needed to be done on my vehicle. And he was like, okay, no worry, I got you. I'll send you a check by mail. you can cash it. And then, like, as of today, you can clearly see right here, when I had told him, I was like, hey, the check that you sent me, at the bottom, I was like, when I told him here, I was like, hey, the check that you got, and you sent.
I don't see what you're saying.
No.
You're saying something that's not on the phone.
No, here.
You're telling me something that's not there in the phone.
No, I texted him Monday. I was like, hey, he never responded. Then I got a phone call on Monday night.
So how you want to cash in the check that you sent me, right?
Yeah,
that you're saying you got a month ago by this company, now it's from this Michael guy.
Which we both used to work for the city.
Who doesn't work at the company, because I already talked to the company. They finally have a day off. Hi, what the hell? The check is not real. Hi, what do you mean? Well, you knew the check wasn't real because you explained it to me, which is why you've been holding on to it for a month.
Yeah,
You said you cashed it before, so I avoided the check.
And that's the honest truth. I don't have nothing to lie about. Like, I really want to go get my kids because, like, now I'm to the point that I don't even deal with this.
Okay. And this number is like an overseas phone number.
That's the reason why we had literally stopped. We really, like, you know.
Have you ever seen this person in real life?
Yes. We used to work together.
Okay. And then once you cash this check, what were you supposed to do with the funds?
It was supposed to take care of my expenses.
Expenses for what?
Whatever I needed around the house, or my car needed to be repaired, but I got that done. So I'm literally telling you the truth. I had nothing to do with any fraud.
So this guy gave you a check to cover your expenses that you don't even know who this is. It can be anybody, saying it's anybody's name.
My quote. Me and him used to work together at the call center.
All right.
I don't have nothing to lie about. Like, all I want to do right about now is, like, now I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I just want to go home to my kids, because, like, now I'm starting to be like...
Unable to bear it, the police revealed that they had spoken directly with the company, and they had absolutely no knowledge of this woman, completely collapsing the entire story she had made up. You would think that with the truth exposed, she would stop, but no, she continued to justify herself, playing the victim role until the very end. In the eyes of the police, the only thing she lacks is responsibility.
Unfortunately, you're not going to go home to your kids right now.
What?
Okay. Because you just tried to cash a fake check.
I didn't try to cash anything. I literally came here and asked the lady, asked her to verify.
And then you told me the check came from this company. Now you're telling me the check's from this guy that has some overseas phone number that you're saying is Michael, that you've never seen this person.
We used to work.
How do you know that's Michael that's texting you on WhatsApp?
Because he said he couldn't use his phone because he's overseas. And then after that, like, that's literally the reason why. I'm telling you the truth. Honestly, the truth. Like,
tell me the truth from the beginning.
So in the beginning, me and him had a relationship.
Okay.
Like you clearly see.
A relationship over text?
No, we was really in a relationship.
Like you guys would see each other in real life?
Yeah. Then he moved, over there where he's at now.
Where is that?
In Connecticut, overseas.
Overseas in Connecticut.
That's what he said, he moved to Connecticut.
Okay.
You can see the officers starting to look frustrated and tired, having to put up with the woman's endless excuses throughout the whole process.
Personally, I was like, okay, we can try to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Then after I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to do a long distance.
How long have you guys been trying this long distance relationship thing?
A good little minute.
Okay. A good little minute is what, a week, a month?
I'd say 3-4 months.
Okay.
And it's after a while, when you don't hear the person's voice every day, you just be like, oh, I feel like they're cheating, or oh, I feel like they're doing this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked to this guy on the phone?
Yes.
Call him on the phone. Can I talk to him?
Oh, absolutely.
Put on speaker.
Hello? Hello?
I
Yeah, I can hear you. Question.
Let's talk to him about the check.
Honey, the check that you sent me for my expenses, since you voided the check, they're saying that it's not a legit check at the bank.
What?
They're saying that it's not a legit check at the bank.
Okay, I see it.
No, honey, what I'm saying is this. He hung up from. Oh my gosh.
Where's Michael from?
He asked if I'm still here, and I said yes.
Where is he from?
England. He has an accent, an Indian accent.
What did he say?
He said, you're in the bank. You're like, yes. So that's why I said, he sent me with the check. He's like, I'm going to send you a check to pay for your expenses.
Okay. Well, you knew the check was fake.
But I waited until I had a day off to say, hey, I came to the bank and I said, hey guys, I got a check in the mail. It felt a little awkward for me to go to my bank to deposit it. I know it took a long time to process or whatever the issue may be and stuff. And I was like, you know, can you guys verify this? I was like, I don't
Tell him, call me. And then tell him the police don't believe that story when he calls.
Like, I'm honestly telling you the truth.
I think whoever this person is has sent you on a mission to try and cash this fake check.
Nobody sent me on a mission to do anything, though. I'm telling you the truth, like 100%. I've never been in trouble.
And that's okay, because unfortunately,
But I'm telling you, like, honestly, like...
you're gonna go to jail today.
But I can't. I've never been to jail.
You're gonna have to go to jail today. Okay.
Please don't let me go to jail.
Just as expected, the police didn't believe a single word she said. In the end, they decided to cut the pointless back and forth short by charging her with grand theft.
Before you...
Just raise your right hand real quick.
Wait 1 second. Please, just...
This is real quick. I just want to swear you in just so that we can say what you told me is the truth. And then you can call your mom if you want to call your mom.
But I really don't want to go to jail. I've never been to jail before.
Okay. I'm just going to swear you in real quick just to verify what you told me is the truth, okay? So just raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you just gave in this case was the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, that's the whole truth. I've never been arrested before. I never had anything to do with anything. And it's just like, it's really difficult for me to even try to process this. Because it's like, I never had to do any of this before.
All right, Ashley, stand up for us.
Stand up for us. I'm sure we can go ahead and contact her in a second.
No, I'm going to contact her and let her know. Please, can I please call her?
We'll call her in a second. Say nothing.
I'm telling the truth though, like I never had anything to do with this shit. You guys don't even have to arrest me.
Yeah.
Can I just call her, please?
I'm sure it'll be able to call her.
I want to go off my phone, please.
At this point, you're going to be in the custody of the officer who's taking you to jail. So I don't want to make any decisions for them.
I don't have to make any decisions. Can you just let me call her off my phone, please? I'm asking you one thing. Just 1 simple thing, please.
We can walk and talk, okay?
Okay, can I get the phone?
We'll walk and talk.
The woman now faces a long list of charges: grand theft, writing bad checks, fraud against a financial institution, and using someone else's personal information to commit fraud. So, to answer the earlier question, can lying get you away from justice? Of course not. The truth might be tough to face, but honesty is what earns respect and leads to a better life. What kind of sentence do you think this woman deserves? And now, moving on to the next dramatic twist, this woman suddenly tries to shift the blame onto her sister.
So they are requesting you be trespassed, so just leave those items right here.
How come?
So you went in the bathroom and you burned some items?
On January 9th, 2024, in Burlington, police were called to handle a so-called artist who tried to burn a security badge in the bathroom and disposed of some goods. The main character, Kylie, also known as Kiara's older sister version, tried to change her name and identity, but she couldn't change the truth.
Yeah, actually, my box is right there.
Oh, thank you. Burning what?
Sensors in the bathroom.
Okay. Hello, I'm Officer Herr, Marysville Police Department. So they are requesting you be trespassed, so just leave those items right here.
How come?
So you went in the bathroom and you burned some items, the sensors off some items.
I didn't burn anything. I was literally just going through.
Okay, so they're requesting that you be trespassed.
Okay.
What's the lighter on your wrist for?
My torch, so that way when I go to smoke, I just have it right there. That way no one steers it, you know?
Okay.
To get my stuff stolen a lot.
Okay.
Crazy, it's my first time ever coming over here.
We're gonna walk over to my patrol car.
We made sure to put my, you know, like the items that I was gonna buy out on the shelf so that way I can bring it in the bathroom.
Okay. What's your last name? Okay, hang tight here. I'm just gonna write you up a trespass. What were you doing in the bathroom that would make them think that you were burning something?
I have no idea. I didn't smoke anything at all.
It's truly an unbelievable paradox. The lighter was in her hand, yet she insisted she had never smoked anything. Her words sounded almost like a joke, so the police had to talk directly to the staff to hear about her performance earlier.
Okay, just hang tight.
We'll try to see if something's burning in there, but it is strong.
So we would just need evidence, some sort of proof, because she's saying she didn't burn anything, she didn't have anything on her.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just writing up trespass.
That's fine, because as soon as I would be able to get video evidence would be tomorrow, and of course that's too late for right now.
Was there any items, did you check where she left her stuff? Did you see anything burn?
I had another customer who went into the restroom at the same time she did.
Yeah.
I went in there and checked myself. Nothing was burning at that time. The customer came out, and as she's coming out, she's like, I turned the lighter go on. She was, I don't know what that was all about, but I heard a lighter. So I went in there again, and all I can smell is the burning smell of our sensors in the bathroom. Like, it literally still smells like that in there right now. It takes a while, because we don't have great ventilation in there, so it takes a while for it to come out of the restroom. Yeah. Now I have to close it off for the rest of the night. But
Did you see anything?
She had some of our stationary stuff that was like a purple pen with like a star on it. I know that she had one of those in her hands, and I don't know if she still has that or not. That was one of the things that she had. And she had some bags and stuff. I did try to pick up as much of the bags as I could, but yeah.
Okay, so you just want to trespass, or
I just want to get her trespass right now. That's, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that, and then okay, and then I'll just bring this back in. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, just another minute. Yeah, so they said that right after you went into the bathroom, it smelled like there was a customer complaining that when you went into the bathroom, it smelled like burning. And then the manager went in after, and she said it smelled like.
It's so funny because if you play the camera tapes, I wasn't even in the bathroom long enough to do anything other than pee.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I can't prove that you were in there burning, so they aren't pressing charges for anything. They just want you trespassed.
So does this mean I can't come to the whole place, or
just this location? So if you wanted to go to a different Burlington, you could. And then same as like if you need to go to Big Lots or something. But you cannot, so it would be criminal trespass in the second degree if you're hanging out outside of this specific store. So if you go to Big Lots, don't like linger in front of here. And you also, it's a 1-year trespass from this store.
I don't get to shower often, so I mean, I've had people tell me I do smell bad.
No, they said it's like burning plastic.
She firmly denied burning anything, claiming the time she spent in the bathroom was way too short to do that. Then she immediately blamed some invisible other person smoking for causing this misunderstanding.
I didn't light anything on fire at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny because the Everett Library actually twice now has barred me for 60 days because they said I was smoking in the bathroom. Their vapor sensors went off. The second time, I watched the security guard watch me and my homegirl walk into the bathroom together, and she smoked in the bathroom. I didn't. I don't smoke in public because I like being able to go to the restroom when I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, how's the store supposed to know when if two of you go in and then it smells like smoke?
He said you were the only one in the bathroom when it went off. I was like, who saw her go in there with me, dude? Come on, like, don't even play me like that. Run the cameras back.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but when the sensor went off, she was already gone. And I'm like, okay, well then y'all need to fix your sensors or something. How much time it takes for the smoke to travel to the top of the ceiling and then to get to your sensor? I don't know, but either way, he knew she was in the bathroom. And then he told me, well, you can dispute it, and honestly it'll probably get lifted because every single one we've had except one ever was lifted because the chick smoked fentanyl right in front of the security officers. Like while she was trying to argue with the administration or something. And I was like, that sounds pretty psychotic. Talk about a jail date for her.
Robert 31, are you available to come to Burlington?
But that wasn't the worst part yet. After signing the agreement not to return, the police discovered she had multiple active warrants from the city of Everett, stacking up like a tower belonging to Kylie.
Okay. So you'll just sign here at the bottom. This is, like I was saying, a 1-year trespass. Just right down there acknowledging that. So at this point, though, I'm going to give you your copy of this, but you are not free to leave. You do have a warrant out of Everett, okay? Looks like you have quite a few warrants out of Everett. There's one for criminal trespass in the second degree.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's not my sister.
So the name that you gave me is not coming back with a return. The only name is coming back with Kylie, and all of the photos, the DOL photo is you, the booking photos is you. So I'm not believing that your name is Kiara.
It's my sister.
Kiara is your sister.
Yeah.
So Kylie is your name.
Kaylee.
Kaylee. So why'd you lie to me about your name? Because you knew you had a warrant?
No.
Okay, so you're under arrest for the warrant.
Please,
yep.
please don't.
Just face the vehicle.
Please don't arrest me.
This isn't going to turn into a fight.
Please don't arrest me.
Face the vehicle.
Please don't arrest me. Please.
Face the vehicle.
Please.
The vehicle.
Please don't arrest me, please.
Put your hand behind your back.
Now she's crying like a little kid, even though she's an adult. If you don't want to end up in jail, don't break the law. In the state of Washington, there's a no tolerance for people who commit crimes.
What do I not understand? Here. What do you have? What do you have? Is it cellulitis or something? 801, I have one in custody. 31 right there. What do you have on your leg? Yeah, what is it? I'm saying. Okay, step up here. What's in your pocket? There's like a... What were you smoking in the bathroom? Was it the...
I wasn't smoking anything.
You weren't smoking
I really
off
was
a
not smoking.
tutor?
No. You don't have anything to smoke, so...
Well, obviously we're smoking something off the tinfoil.
I just have that.
Lift your hands for me. Okay, do you have anything else that I would need to know about, or the jail would need to know about? You got anything in your bra?
Before I came in, that's why I didn't smoke in the bathroom.
Okay, what pills?
Any pills?
Okay. We'll have the nurse check you out there. Take a seat in the back seat. Nothing in your shoes?
Can you call for an aid for my leg?
We will once we get there. Sorry that took so long. Here's your copy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, you too.
Since there wasn't clear evidence of any burning, she got off without criminal charges, but the store banned her for a whole year. Using her siblings' names when giving statements shows just how serious lying to the police can be. It's really bad. At the same time, this also highlights how common theft and fraud are becoming, so everyone needs to be extra careful. Sometimes, the price of stupidity isn't just a lesson, it's a sentence. For scammers, the police don't even have to hunt them down, because they bring the evidence right to the door. Scamming is never the smart way to go. When you're not clever enough to trap others, you end up caught in the law's net yourself. Don't let recklessness lead you down a dead-end road. Thanks for sticking with us on this journey. Keep following along to discover more meaningful legal stories and valuable lessons from real life.